Today is Friday, July 24th. Welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. Today's episode, we're talking PPE distribution, distance learning, and school lunches. Hope you'll join us. Hello and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Cole Pettit. For yet another week, cases of COVID-19 have continued to rise. California now has the most cases of any state. In our county, we currently sit at 251 confirmed cases, an increase of 54 cases this week. In some good news, though, only 38 cases are currently active, a large decrease from yesterday where 83 were listed active. Nevada County Public Health lists 2 current hospitalizations and 11,373 tests performed this week, an increase of 896 tests. Visit mynevadacounty.com/coronavirus for the most up-to-date information. To combat the rising COVID cases, this week the County of Nevada Office of Emergency Services, in conjunction with the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services and the Office of the Small Business Advocate, gave away PPE to local small business owners with 25 employees or less. We dropped by on Tuesday to see how the distributions were going.
So we're out here at the county yard off of Loma Rica Road by the airport, and we're checking out the PPE giveaway that they're doing. We're going to go inside and film, and we're going to talk to a few folks and see what they're doing out here.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We have a small business PPE distribution center right here. So as you can see, we've got tables lined up with surgical masks and hand sanitizer, and we have an army of volunteers who are helping us distribute this to the community.
So I'm here with John Dorfman, co-owner of South Fork Vodka. What are we doing out here, John?
We're giving out some sanitizer to the community through the Nevada County Emergency Service Management Services. They're giving out face masks and sanitizer, and we're helping to fill the void for local businesses.
Awesome. So how did you get involved in this?
We got involved in sanitizer, obviously, as a result of the pandemic. We saw it coming pretty early and started making sanitizer back in March. We first were only servicing the hospitals and first responders, senior care facilities, but as the demand continued to grow and our ability to scale paced with it, we thought we'd make sure that our community that we grew up in, lived in, was well serviced so that everyone could, continue to run their businesses the way they need to and keep the community together. Yeah, our vodka's all over town. When all the bars and restaurants are open, we're served at every bar and restaurant that does serve distilled spirits. Our sanitizers are also in those, a handful of our mom and pop liquor stores where our vodka is sold, and then we have our sanitizer at Hills Flat, Briar Patch, SPD grocery stores, and just around town.
Nice. Okay. And if people want to follow you, find out what you're doing, social media?
Yeah, southforkvodka.com or hashtag southforkvodka on Instagram.
So what business are you guys with?
The fur traders.
Gotcha.
Nevada City and Penn Valley.
What do you think about this whole thing?
It's just great.
It's been
pretty
amazing.
That they're behind helping with business, helping us survive.
How was the experience getting in here and doing the whole process?
Just perfect. You couldn't have done it any better than the way they did it.
These are the guys that are doing it all.
Right.
And we just were able to get the material, pass it through, and then the volunteers just stepped up and away we go.
So you guys are out here volunteering today, huh?
Yes, it's a good opportunity to give back to the community and help out a little bit.
Yeah. And what got you out here?
I got an email from somebody that was looking for volunteers, and I signed up. Yeah.
I got an email from Center of the Arts.
Gotcha.
Yep, because we were volunteers there, but it's closed.
Right.
Or more or less closed, right? But my husband and I did.
Very cool. All right, and are you representing any particular organization?
No, just representing my family, I guess, because, we are fortunate enough to be okay during this, and so I'd like to be able to help the people that need our help, that we can help.
All right. And how have you found it so far?
People are very happy. It's very fulfilling because it's nice to go out and talk to people that are in a good mood and happy today, in a time like this especially.
Oh, perfect.
Everybody's really pleasant. Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
Keep your masks on.
All right. Well, thank you both for volunteering and making this happen for everybody.
Yeah, so we have been working in coordination with Cal OES. The state had an abundance of PPE and equipment, and what they wanted to do was make sure it gets in the hands of small businesses throughout California. So they contacted the Office of Emergency Services, and we've been working with nonprofits and organizations in Nevada County who have really been helping to make this whole operation work.
Gotcha. And is there any chance of it going on any longer or getting more supplies if this continues longer?
We don't know that. Right now it's just a one-time opportunity, but in the future, who knows what could happen.
Thank you to OES for this distribution, and a special thanks to all the volunteers who made it possible. There were representatives from several local organizations, including the Economic Resource Council, Grass Valley Downtown Association, Nevada City Chambers of Commerce, Nevada County Realtors Association, Nevada County Tech Connection, Nevada Union Athletics, and Rotary International, to name a few. Last week, on July 13th, Governor Newsom issued an order restricting indoor operations for several industries, including restaurants. This week, the Nevada County Environmental Health Department gave notices to Old Town Cafe and Sergio's Cafe in Grass Valley and Friar Tuck's Restaurant and Bar in Nevada City for not adhering to the state's order. Should these businesses continue to operate, they will face daily fines starting at $25 and doubling each day to a maximum of $1,000 per day. Businesses have 15 days to appeal the decision, and their permit will be suspended in the interim. Last week, we discussed the potential reopening of schools under a hybrid model. But as so much does right now, that idea has changed rapidly. Some school boards in our county have voted to start school with full distance learning. For more, let's turn it over to Sonora Slater.
Thanks, Cole. As we stated last week, schools across the nation are learning to adapt quickly to change as they prepare to begin instruction again in the fall. Many Nevada County schools have created new plans this week to begin the year in a full distance learning model, a combined result of state ordinances, staff opinions, and an attempt to prepare sufficiently in advance for the future. Last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced that schools in counties that were on a coronavirus watch list would not be allowed to reopen. Criteria for being placed on this watch list include hospitalization numbers, test positivity rate, overall testing numbers, and availability of ICU beds and ventilators. While Nevada County is not currently on the watch list, cases are on the rise. And if schools planned a hybrid model only to join the watch list and be forced to shift to full distance learning a week into the semester, the result could be catastrophic. Alternatively, making the decision to begin the school year entirely virtually, as the Nevada Joint Union High School District, the Grass Valley School District, and the Penn Valley School District have now done, will allow schools to develop the best virtual curriculum they can, as well as train teachers to utilize the resources available to them in the best possible way. The situation will be reevaluated during fall break in October, around the end of the first quarter. Apart from the desire to properly prepare, these decisions were made based on staff polls regarding concern for the health of teachers and their families. According to a survey done by the Nevada Joint Union High School Teachers Association, 63.9% of over 100 district team members surveyed expressed a large amount of concern for the health of themselves or someone in their household, and 45.3% of the staff preferred to begin the school year in an entirely distanced learning model. These schools are now working to prepare high-quality virtual curriculum, as well as to address concerns about lack of access to internet or technology. Many of the choices school boards are currently making are lesser of two evils decisions, and so despite the many problems with distance learning, it has currently been deemed by multiple districts what is best for the health and safety of our community. However, Chicago Park School District, Pleasant Ridge School District, and others have yet to decide how best to serve their students and staff. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Sonora. With such difficult decisions going on with our schools at every level, it's nice to have some good news. This week we got just that with an announcement from Sierra Harvest that they will be partnering with all 9 school districts in western Nevada County to bring fresh, scratch-cooked school meals to all students, pre-kindergarten through young adults. This morning, I spoke with Frances DeCristina, Sierra Harvest's Farm to School Director, to find out more. So I'm joined today by Frances DeCristina, Sierra Harvest's Farm to School Director. Thanks for joining me today, Frances.
Thanks for having me.
So you guys have a big announcement that you're making, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you tell us a little about that?
Sure. We're excited to share that we are working with the school districts here in Western Nevada County and with a nationally renowned foundation, the Chef Ann Foundation, to work towards just transforming the face of school food for our community. It'll be a process, but in the end, kids will have access to fresh, healthy, scratch-cooked meals for their breakfast and lunch at school.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing. That sounds like a great thing. So I take it it's going to be in partnership with some of the local farms and whatnot from around here, so they're getting some fresh food directly from our local farms?
Sure. So that's one of our goals at Sierra Harvest. Our goal is to transform lives and strengthen communities through fresh, local, and seasonal food. So this fits in perfectly with that. At the moment, the food service has limited options to bring in local food. And once we complete this process, it will be healthier in general, but of course we hope we'll also be helping our local economy and local farmers and bringing kids, that's one of my roles through the Farm to School program, is to connect kids with local farm and farmers and produce. And so this will fit right in with that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a great way to do it when they're getting their meal every day from someplace local and fresh. It's way easier to be connected to it when you're getting it every day.
Mm-hmm. And way healthier and more delicious, and just engaging kids in appreciating the deliciousness of a local peach right now or local blackberries, and how much better that is than something that's traveled so far and is packaged.
Yeah, definitely. I know I'm very excited about it. So then with that in mind, how long do you see getting it implemented for all the schools here?
Sure. So we had a pilot in 2017 with Nevada City School District. It's called Foothills Fresh, and it was very successful. It showed that when the food is not the heat and serve model that we currently have in most of the other schools, kids enjoy it more and they will seek it out and have higher participation rates. We doubled participation in that pilot program, and even the teachers were eating it, which is certainly a sign of success. And so I get calls and emails regularly from parents saying, I heard my friends at those schools have great food, what can we do? So this is the beginning of a process to extend that out to the rest of the schools. It'll take several years. What we're currently announcing is a partnership with the Chef Ann Foundation, where they'll be doing an assessment of all of our opportunities. We have great people wanting to do great things, but we have some structural issues, and we need to have a roadmap to get from what we currently have for most schools to the goal. And so the Chef Ann Foundation is going to be critical and provide some expertise in how to get there.
Gotcha. Okay. Would you mind filling us in on what some of those structural issues were that you talked about that are sort of roadblocks to implementing this?
Sure. So right now, we have facilities and delivery and serving. All of those are roadblocks, and none of it, I certainly wouldn't point fingers. It's honestly the way school food has been, I would say built, but honestly it's more the reverse of that, deconstructed over the last several decades, where it became easier and cheaper and more efficient, if that's a word that people think is a good thing, to buy something that's processed and pre-prepared and just heat it and deliver it. But certainly what was lost in all that is the health and nutrition and frankly even appeal of the food itself. And so because of that, schools haven't needed to invest in the facilities for scratch cooking. They haven't needed to invest in what's necessary to make that happen. And so through no fault of their own, competing priorities, if it's not urgent, it doesn't get attention. We are where we are. And so it's going to take some heavy lifting to get to have the facility to do what we're doing with the rest of the schools.
Yeah, of course. This is just so very exciting. I'm very, very happy that this is something that's happening for our community.
Thank you. Yeah, it's encouraging. When we made the announcement a couple of days ago, I was, looking at people's reactions, and people were saying things like, I really needed some good news today, and this is great news. And to be able to share that and have people have something positive to be focused on these days I'm very grateful to be a part of this project and to bring that joy and hope to people in these times.
Yeah, it's absolutely very much needed at this time. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Francis.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Francis. If you're looking for some activities to take part in safely this weekend, we've got a few suggestions. The county will host its final car hop event this weekend. It's located at the Eric Rood Administration Center at 950 Maidu Avenue, Nevada City. This week, they've partnered with Ready Nevada County to share information and tools that support personal preparedness. Join them this weekend for a tasty treat and also pick up evacuation tags, Ready Nevada County stickers, the updated Ready Set Go guide, and Love the Yuba Like a Local bandanas. The menu can be viewed by visiting the county's Facebook page. The Nevada City Film Festival's Movies Under the Pines continues this weekend as well, with a drive-in screening of Hugo. The event is July 24th, 25th, and 26th in the parking lot of the iconic Litton Engineering Building, with one screening each night. Gates open at 8 p.m. with the film starting at 9 p.m. Tickets and concessions must be purchased in advance, no day of sales. Limited parking of just 42 cars. The event is a fundraiser for the nonprofits located in or associated with the building, including the Friendship Club, Neil Youth Center, Neighborhood Center for the Arts, and Bear Yuba Land Trust, which maintains the nearby Litton Trail. For more information, visit the Nevada City Film Festival on Facebook. Here at Nevada County Media, we're always looking for ways to spread positivity around our community. In an attempt to do that, we're trying a singing telegram program. Our first recipient was Sheila Cameron, who's always working tirelessly to keep our community safe and informed. Everyone who knows Sheila can attest to her dedication and commitment to our local community. We'll leave you with a look at this video. Hope you enjoy it. And a special thanks to Gary Logan, the musician featured, who volunteered his time to participate. Remember, stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you next week.
Ever since I was asked to play, I've been wondering what I would say to let you know we appreciate you. Well, now the time has come. I know what can now be done. Oh, yes, it's for you. And now the time has come for us to acknowledge all you've done and let you know that this is for real. Thank you. Thank you.